Welcome to the afternoon edition of Creative Talent Productions. And today I'm going to talk about a few different topics. I'm going to make a short video. Hold on one moment. This is me. Here's my photo of me while I go and get myself what I need to get, which I didn't bring over, according to the delay. Hold a moment. It's a beautiful Saturday. A wonderful, wonderful day. Really super, super nice. Weather-wise, good day. It is a good day. It is a wonderful day. Beautiful weather. Temperature is super, super nice. It's sunny. It's bright. It's warmed up again. Um, we're still in the season of summer. And how the weather goes, we can have an Indian summer until, well, well, that's a slur. We can have a mild fall, which they have referred to in the past as a Native American summer. I retracted that. Yeah, because it all is about woke, and it all is about doing the right thing and speaking correctly and not using the vernacular that has been so frequently broadly used, without any regard for the people that it applies to. You know, like now, today I'm going to talk about some stuff here because from um, the understanding of many is that because of our political arena here in all over, not here. Okay, but I live here, so I'm referring to New York. People are. Let me put this in the case. Is my audio on? People are. There we go. Really riled up. They're really riled up, and they're making all kinds of claims that now their property value is going to go so low, and that if they rent their place in New York City, they're going to have to charge like 500, 300 a month, all these crazy things that people are saying. Here's the bottom line for the people who are so anti Mandami. Whatever accumulation of wealth you have at this point in your life, that's a wonderful thing, and I hope you continue to have all of your assets and all of your prosperity. Uh, but because of the fact of the way that policies have been written and the way corruption goes, which gets woven into policy, hold on, everybody. The affordability crisis is real, and for those of you who have and have your feathers ruffled because you're thinking that you're going to lose out, and New York City, like what that one realtor guy he said, or what they're all speaking about, how the value is going to be decreased now because Mandami will be the next mayor of New York City. That's your racist ideology. That's your superiority complex that you have. And I suggest you take that and you stick it where the sun doesn't shine, because the attitude that you have that now you're going to lose, it doesn't hold any weight. It doesn't hold any weight, because everyone needs a place to live. And because those of you who are in a economic social position to not have these conditions that affect you, I suggest you just keep your mouth shut. That's what I suggest. Unless you're going to be part of a solution to address these things and do something of assistance to humanity, keep your comments to yourself. Better yet, keep your comments at your country club. You know, the country club of state regime media known as Fox, okay? I mean, these people are all, oh, this and that, and my value, and this, oh, I gotta sell, I gotta sell. You know what? Take your ideas and stick them where the sun doesn't shine. Really. In a so many nice ways. Because here's the thing, if developers and investors and people who have wealth are the only ones that are going to have housing, that's not justice. That's not justice. And that all of this was brought about. People don't just wake up and say, I want to become unhoused. Okay. Yes, there are plenty of people because of choices that they made that put them in this situation. But you, I, no one is God to make any judgment to say what someone should do and what they should not have done. That's what I really enjoy the most. I enjoyed it the most when I hear people say that, oh, they should have did this or they should have did that. You should just keep your opinions to yourself unless you know everything about what the why as to why that situation is what it is. And most of the situations where somebody is unhoused is they have some type of a mental health issue, they have a substance abuse, could be a veteran, it could be someone who was in a DV, it could be somebody like 89, 90% of 95%, 90% of society lives paycheck to paycheck. Okay? So for those of you, I have no, you are useless to me. You are people that you're prima donnas. You've either had your rear end pampered, or maybe you didn't have your rear end pampered, but you got to an elevated position financially, and now you think that you're better than people. You're not. You're really not. You know, you're really, really not. When lawmakers and banking institutions and policies all they all go hand in hand, this is why you have the chaos that we have, you know? Because like I said, these places, these people did not wake up and choose to say, well, I want to be in an unhoused position, I want to live in squalor, or I want to live in like some in a lousy place. No, no, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So a lot of people, you know, you don't, you have limited knowledge. But other than that, now everybody sees how screwed up finances are. Now it's really starting. It's starting, and it's going to just continue to get worse. And like I said, the he's not going to make the full term. That he's very sickly. That man. He's not going to make the full term. And all of these places that they're building, uh, for the areas that they're building, they're all in red states. Okay, so why don't you go ahead now? He's the federal government, but for the other lawmakers and policymakers in those states, start doing the right thing for humanity. Okay, because what he wants to do, he wants to build these places, and he wants to have people that cannot afford their dwellings because of investors. Okay, he wants to place people into institutions and run America like it's an asylum. Unless you're a millionaire or a billionaire, you're not going to be able to have housing. If you're a regular working person who's just managing, you know, that's what they want. That's what they want. This is why he's got the National Guard going to these states. These states and these governors and these folks that are co-signing with this, your soul is no longer yours. Your soul is no longer yours, and I can assure you, from from my mouth to God's ears, that you are going to have nothing but major conflicts going forward in your life, in every aspect of your life, because the powers that be, the forces that be, they see the evil that you're being responsible for and you're co-signing for. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. The forces greater than all of you are going to come, and they're going to rock your world. They're going to reset every one of your clocks. Yes, they are. They're gonna pull out that rug from under your feet. You're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff go on. Watch and see. Watch and see. Because karma never forgets. Karma never forgets. Karma, she'll run you. She'll chase after you. You're like, she'll chase after you like, you didn't pay that bar tab. Yo, get that. Come after you. People think they're slick. People think they're freaking slick. They do. They freaking do. They think they're freaking like, hey, Papi Chulo, I could do it. Or, fly girl. Yeah, you fly. You fly until the shit hits the fan. And then that shit hits you right in the face. And you're like, oh, wow. That happened what? How many years ago? Yep. Hi, bestie. Yeah. Yeah. So, people stick together, work together within your communities to help people. School starting, if you have any extra, instead of going out to a place and spending money at a place that they ain't gonna come to your house and contribute any money to you, they ain't gonna bring a plate of food to your freaking house, you know. School starting, school book bags, if you could buy them wholesale, to help out people. And do something to help because a lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are hurting, and people are going to continue to be hurting. And businesses are going to continue to shutter. And well, we could thank good old Donald because Donald Trump, you're so full of malarkey that instead of well, we know you tan and you do all that stuff, which by the way makes you look very unwell. If I were who has ever applying your makeup, Mr. Trump, you need a pink peach base, neutral, P and N, pink, neutral, okay? And then you could put a dusting of bronzer, a light dusting, and nothing with glitter because that's called mica. Yeah. Yeah. I hope you turn the ship around, Donald Trump. Okay. I hope you turn the ship around. Um, Stephen Miller makes enough money. Stephen Miller, maybe you can shine your head and then you can get some plugs, because that's probably why you have so much animus towards people of color because we have great hair. We have a lot of hair. We have a lot of oomph. We have a lot of that you don't have, but you just spew it from the friggin' podium. Yeah. I told you Stephen Miller probably got his butt kicked since he was like in daycare. Probably a Latino or an Asian or a black or an Arab kid. Probably they took his lunch money. They took Stephen Miller's lunch money. Oh God! Everybody have a good one. Uh, do the right thing by people. Be kind. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated. Till next time. Bye.